Hello there, and welcome to the second part of the fifth chapter of my C tutorial, that is array. In the in the previous video, we have inserted values into the 1D and 2D arrays and printed them, and also initialized them. But this time, what we are going to do is we will be adding and subtracting and multiplying two arrays. Those might be 1D or 2D arrays. So to do so, let us first start the Turbo C++. It is starting. Okay. Now let us start with a new. Include the header files first. Include stdio.h. Hash include conio.h. Void main. Then clr scr. Then int initializing array. Two arrays, 1 and 2. Then number of elements. Then I comma the resulting array as C. Now let us ask the user to enter the elements. Enter the number of elements. So we have asked. Now taking n as user input, scanf %d comma and n. Now we are going to enter the values for a. So printf, we will ask the viewer to enter %d values elements for first array. \n. Now to enter the elements, we have to use I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then scanf %d comma and a of I. We are entering values into the first array. Done. Now we will be entering values into the second element. So for that, printf enter %d elements for second array. \n comma n second array. Now to enter, we have to use a for loop for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now we will be entering the values scanf %d comma and b of I. So we have entered the values elements into the two arrays, also initialize them. Now we are going to print the addition result. So to do so, at first let us print the two arrays. So printf, the first array is \n. Let us print the first array. So for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now we are going to print the first array. Inside this loop. Printf %d comma a of I. We'll be printing it with a tab. So we have printed the first array. Now we'll be printing the second array. Printf, oops, not like this. Yeah, printf the second array is \n. Now we will be printing for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now we will be printing the second array inside this loop. So printf %d \t comma b of I. Done. Then what we are going to do is, now we are going to print the addition result. To do so, printf the addition result is in. We have to use the same for loop for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now we are going to print, not print, we are going to do the calculation part. C of I equal to A of I plus B of I. Then print %d \t, print the values of C with a tab, array C, printed, close, get ch, close of the program, and it is done. Now let's check whether it is showing any error. Yeah, it has showed 4 errors, statement missing and all those stuffs. So let's check. Okay, over here. Now let's see. Okay, now it has asked me to enter the max number of elements. We will be entering 5 elements: 23, 41, 21, 56 and 32. 5 elements again for the second array: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first array is, oops, it has given me an error. Well, it didn't give me any error. It has just printed in the way I coded them. The first array is 23, 41, 21, 56, 32. 23, 41, 21, 56, 32. The second array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the addition result is 23 plus 1 is 24. 41 plus 2 is 43. 21 plus 3 is 24. 56 plus 4 is 60, 32 plus 5 is 37. Now let us print it in a different way, and to do so, let us do one thing. Let us leave a line. Leave a line. Now let us check. We are going to give 3 elements: 23, 21, 34, 31. 3 elements for second: 21, 24, 23. First array is 21, 34, 31. 21, 34, 31. Second array is 21, 24, 23. 21, 24, 23. Their addition result is 31 plus 23, 54. 34 plus 24, 58. And 21 plus 21, 42. So it has given me the addition result. Now to print the subtraction result, what we need to do is, we just need to remove this addition and print the subtraction. And at the same time, what we need to do is we just need to remove this plus sign to minus sign. Now let us see what is happening. Two arrays, we'll give 3. The first array will be 23, 21, 26. Then second array 15, 17, 12. So now let us check. Yeah, the first array is 23, 21, 26. Second array is 15, 17, 12. And the subtraction result is 23 minus 15, which is 8. 21 minus 17, which is 4. And 26 minus 12 is 14. So I think you have understood how to add and subtract single dimensional array. It is just like the old thing that we have done previously, that is C equal to A plus B. At that time what we did, we have inserted only one value to A and one value to B and added or subtracted them and stored the result in C. In the same way, over here we are giving n number of values to A, n number of values to B and storing them in the array C. So both are almost the same, only few concepts are different. Now let us do the same thing with 2D array. So for 2D array, what we need to do is just add 100 to this, or you can add 10 also if you want. 100 to it, and C will be 100. Done. Now what we are going to do is we are going to insert the rows and columns, give values to the rows and columns. So for that we have to take another variable m, n, I, j. Now in place of number of elements we are going to give control delete rows and columns. M will be the rows, N will be the column. And M. And over here we have to give M. Then what we are going to do is for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Done. Now we are going to insert the values in the 2D array A of ij. M is the row, N is the column. Number of rows, number of columns. So it is done. Now enter. Oops, over here I have done one mistake. %d. This will be M into N. Now you will be thinking why this will be M into N. It is only because if the matrix is 2 by 2, then the number of elements will be 2 into 2, 4. If the matrix is 2 by 3, then the number of elements will be 2 into 3, that is 6. If the matrix is 3 by 3, then the number of elements will be 3 into 3, that is 9. That's why we have given M into N. Over here also we have to do the same thing. We have to give M into N in place of N. Now in the same way as the first array, we have to give M row, then column. For j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, then b of ij. So we have inserted values in both array A and array B. Now we are going to print the array. So to print the array, what we need to do is we have to add another for loop for j equal to 0, j less than n j plus plus. Done. And over here you have to remove n to n. Now we are going to print the array. To do so, just give a j over here, then close of j loop, print inside I loop. We have to print a new line to give a 2D loop to the array. Printed the first array, now the second array. Now to print the second array, in the same way we have to give another loop, j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Done. Opening of j loop, printing b of ij. Now close of j loop, giving the output a 2D loop. Okay, so it has printed the b also, array b. Now we are going to add the two 2D matrices. So how we are going to do so? The addition result is I row j column, j less than n, j plus plus. Now we are going to add a and b, and in the same loop we are going to print it. Close of j loop, now printf, giving it a 2D loop. Done. Close of I loop. Oops, the I was previously closed. So it has done. Now let us check if there is any error or not. There are 3 errors again. Invalid pointer. Okay, so the error is invalid pointer. That means I have taken 2D array, but I have inside the calculation part I have done only single array, for single array, so it has shown me the pointer array error. What is pointer? I will be telling you in the future chapter. So for now, C of ij is equal to A of ij plus B of ij. Now that is addition of two 2D matrix. Now again 2 errors, statement missing. Why the statement is missing? Let me check. Void main for scanf. Okay. Okay, now let us run. Okay, no more errors. Enter the number of rows and columns. So let the rows be 2 and column be 3. 6 elements, 23, 31, 34, 56, 72, 73 and 21. 6 elements, 23, 45, 52, 12, 21 and 22. So the two arrays are, first array is 23, 31, 34, 56, 73, 21. Second array is 23, 45, 52, 12, 21, 22. Now the addition, 23 plus 23 is 46, 31 plus 45 is 76, 34 plus 52 is 86, 56 plus 12 is 68, 73 plus 21 is 94, and 21 plus 22 is 43. So the addition is complete. It has given me the correct result. Now let me tell you what is happening over here. At first we have initialized the arrays, the 3 2D arrays along with the rows and columns and I and j. Now then we have given values to rows and columns. Then using the same row and column we have inserted the values into the 2 arrays. Then what we have done is we have printed the two arrays separately using the two rows and using the same rows and columns. Then what we have done is using the same row and column we have added the two arrays, two 2D arrays, and printed them, and then finally we have given all the arrays a 2D loop using this \n or new line. Now to subtract it, we are going to remove this addition name to subtraction. The subtraction result is we are going to put a minus sign just as before. Now let us check if it is showing an error or not. No errors. 23. Oops, we have done one mistake. Number of row is 2, column is 3. 6, 23, 23, 24, 45, 43 and 66. Now enter 6 elements for second array. Second array 32, 45, 78, 94, 21 and 23. So the second array, first array is 21, 23, 24, 45, 43, 66. Second array is 32, 45, 78, 94, 21, 23. So 21 plus 21 minus 32 is minus 11. 23 minus 45 is minus 22. 24 minus 78 is minus 54. 45 minus 94 is minus 49. 43 minus 21 is 22. 66 minus 23 is 43. So it has given me the correct result of the second array of the subtraction. Now let us look into the multiplication part. What will happen in what are we going to do in case of multiplication? Well, in case of multiplication, let us take two more variables, that is the row and column for the second array. P, Q, one more variable, that is K. Now why we are taking K, that you will understand in the future consequences of the same program. So now we have taken P and Q. So we'll ask the viewer or the user to enter the rows and columns of the second array. And this I am doing so to show you one more thing, and that you will be seeing very soon. To explain one more thing to you in this context, columns for first array. So we have taken two per. Now we are going to insert or give a value to P and Q. %d, comma, and P, comma, and Q. P is the row, Q is the column. So we are using P and we will be using P and Q over here. Then over here also we are going to use P into Q. Then the first array, second array also we are going to use P and Q. Row, column. Now in case of multiplication, what we are going to do? Remember, in case of multiplication, that is matrix multiplication, the number of columns of the first row of the first array The number of columns of the first array should always be equal to the number of rows of the second array. That is, in my case, n should always be equal to p. One more time, let me tell you, the number of columns of the first array or the first matrix. The number of columns of the first matrix should always be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. That is, in my case, n should always be equal to p. Only then the matrix multiplication can be followed. Else, it is impossible. One more time, let me tell you, number of columns of the first array or number of columns of the first matrix should always be equal to number of rows of the second matrix. So now let us do the multiplication part. Let us check if n is not equal to p. Printf, sorry, matrix multiplication is not possible. Else, printf the result is the multiplication result is \n. Now we are going to multiply. To multiply, so what we are going to do is, for I equal to 0, I less than number of rows of first array. Row of first array is m, I plus plus, then j, for j is equal to 0, j less than number of columns of the second array. Columns of the second array is q, j plus plus. So array row of the first and column of the second. Row of the first and column of the second. Done. Now for k equal to 0, k less than p, or you can also give k less than n, that is row of second array, or you can also say row of the column of the first array, column of the first array or row of the second array, then k plus plus. Done. Now what we are going to do is, we'll do sum equal to sum plus a of ik into b of kj. Remember this formula, a of ik into b of kj. Sum equal to sum plus a of ik into b of kj. First array ik into second array kj. Now before this, initialize sum as 0. Done. So now we have done the summation. Sum equal to sum plus within bracket A of ik into B of kj, that is first array ik into B, second array kj, close of k loop, then C of ij is equal to sum, and again sum is equal to 0. Now why we are doing sum is equal to 0? It is only because if we don't do this sum equal to 0, then what will happen? The value of this sum will keep on increasing and increasing and will not get the correct result in the output. So only for that reason we have to restrict the value of sum back to 0 every time the k loop completes. After the k loop completes, then we have to close the I and j loop. We are closing the I and j loop, but we didn't close the else loop. Remember, else loop should not close here because we still need to print the C. So now what we are going to do is for I equal to 0, I less than m I plus plus, oopsie, I plus plus, done. Then for j equal to 0, j less than q, j plus plus, j done. By this semicolon. Now we are going to print the value of C, percentage d backslash t with one tab, C of ij, then close up j loop, give it a 2d loop, backslash n, 2d loop given, printed, then else loop complete. Now let us check if there is any kind of error or not. Yeah, there are 2 errors, statement missing where, yeah. Okay, now let us check. No more errors. Number of rows and columns for the first array. Let us give it 2 and 3. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of rows and columns for the second array. I already told you the number of columns of the first array should be equal to the number of rows of the second array. So 3, and we are giving 2 and 1, suppose. Okay, 3 elements. So 1, 2, 3. So the first array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the second array is 1, 2, and 3. And the multiplication result is, let me check, 1 into 1, 1, plus 2 into 2, 4, plus 3 into 3, 9, 4 plus 9, 13, plus 1, 14, 14, and then 1 into 4, 4, 2 into 5, 2 5 is a 10, 3 6 are 18, 10 plus 18 is 28, plus 4, 32. So it has given me the correct result, 1432. Now there is a little mistake in the design, that is a new line has been printed. So let us see what is the error. New line. Let us print a new line over here also. Backslash n, backslash n. Control F9. Now 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are giving 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. So it has printed the multiplication result correctly. Now let us check with the defined result what it is showing. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep on entering. 30 elements. Oops, I've done one mistake. So Let me do one thing. 1 and 2. Two elements. 1, 2. Number of rows is 3 and 1. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, the multiplication is not possible. Because why not possible? Because in the first array we have only 2 elements and the second array we have 3 elements. So in this case multiplication is not possible. There should be, if it is single 1D array, then it should be 3. There should be same number of elements in both the arrays. So multiplication is not possible. So I think you have gone through this big video in which we have gone through the addition, subtraction and multiplication of single dimensional and double dimensional array, and I think you have understood all the concepts and the main concept of the multiplication of a 2D array. So I hope you have understood everything about the numbered array, but it is not all. In the next video we are going to do the string array, how to enter strings in an array. So to do so, please stay tuned and wait for the next video where we will be doing array strings. So thank you for now and have a great day.